Welcome, welcome. So I thought I would get cozy here. We'll do a little meditation together and I'll give you a little bit of an introduction to meditation. I know there is the video, I think it's above or below here, where it tells you a little bit about meditation, but I'm also going to ask you to vote on a poll to let me know if you would prefer to do meditation classes live on Zoom, or if you prefer it to be recorded like this, and you can do it in your own time. So you can certainly let me know, and I'll pop a little poll somewhere on this page, above me or below me, somewhere around. So meditation is very important to me, as you know, I'm sure, and I hold the highest certification you can get in meditation. I've done 285 hours with David G, and I'm actually starting a new meditation course on Saturday with David G. But I just love it. I've been doing it for a very long time, and I guess the reason why I started to meditate, for starters, I had no idea what I was doing at the beginning, and no one was talking about it. We didn't even have an Instagram. So there was no way of finding out like more about it unless you got a book, and I did buy a book about yoga and meditation. But I remember reading Eat, Pray, Love, and that was kind of, didn't instigate it because I'd already kind of started to dabble in it, but that was like something that really made me kind of want to do more of it. And I saw the benefits. So I used to really struggle with, I guess you could call it anxiety. I used to have panic attacks and stuff like this, but I worked a job that was extremely busy, very, very busy, and I drank a lot of caffeine to keep going, and I'm a projector and a HSP, which is a highly sensitive person, and an empath. So all of that was just like not great at all. And now obviously I've learned so much about my energy and things like that I know like I could never do something like that job ever again. I was a restaurant manager for many years, in very kind of well-known restaurants, so it was very high pressure. Anyway, so I started meditating to help me to, it wasn't even to relax actually, it was just to clear out this frantic energy and the overthinking that I used to really suffer with. So that's how I started it. And I guess I started meditation just doing the breath. So I just focus on the breath. And that's kind of how I continue to do meditation for a long time. I never listened to things or anything. I just always did it that way. And then obviously I was in China. It was very much like, there's a huge Buddhist community in China, lots of temples. Then I went to stay with some Buddhist monks in Chiang Mai and learned more about their way of meditation and mindfulness. And then obviously started working with David G. So David G, he teaches you everything about meditation, but predominantly the focus is mantra meditation. And mantra meditation is where you take a mantra. You can take a mantra, which is like Sanskrit, which is generally what I do, or you can even use English and use like an affirmation or something as your mantra. So in yoga, they have this thing called the drishti, and the drishti is your point of attention, essentially. So, when you're doing yoga and you're almost like falling over because you're trying to get your balance, the drishti is a point where you concentrate on that point to stop you falling over. And I always see mantras being the same thing in meditation. It's your point of attention, so you have something to focus on, so you're not falling off balance. So that's why I use mantra meditation. Sometimes I do continue to do Buddhist meditation, which is the breath or mindfulness. Sometimes I do walking meditation, which is mindful meditation, but you're walking, obviously. There is many different types. I love Tonglen meditation, which is a type of meditation where you take in somebody's energy or the collective energy or an energy of someone that you might have anger towards, and you almost like transmute that energy and push it back out again. There's metta meditation, which is loving kindness in Sanskrit. Metta is loving kindness, which is where you focus on love in your heart space and sending it out to other people. It's really powerful as well. So many different types. I could literally sit here for hours, as you can imagine, talking about this. Many books over here about meditation and ancient wisdom, like the Bhagavad Gita, and Patanjali, who speaks a lot about the ego and the mind thousands and thousands of years ago. An autobiography of a yogi, read it if you get a chance. This is ancient wisdom that we can still use right now. And the point of their attention is always meditation. So meditation is not about you forgetting everything. It's not about you like not having any thoughts at all. In fact, if you're not having any thoughts at all, it means that you don't exist. Like, you're not human. You're not even alive anymore. Because if you weren't having thoughts, you wouldn't be here. So it's really important that you kind of get rid of this concept that thinking is bad and having thoughts is bad in meditation, because it's simply not true. We're always thinking all of the time. We have a brain that is constantly giving out thoughts. It's like 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day is coming into your mind. So to silence that would be insane, and it's just not going to happen. So that's the first rule. Don't worry about thinking, because you're always going to think. I'm just going to turn this little light on here because it's starting to get a little bit dark. And the other one is making sure you're comfortable, right? So first thing in the morning, I meditate twice a day, but first thing in the morning, I meditate in bed. I do sit cross-legged because I just enjoy that, but if you don't need to do it. And then in the afternoon, I meditate on a zafu, which is a meditation cushion, which is filled with like beans or rice or whatever, and you can get comfy, and I have a blanket on that. But it's really important that you find somewhere you're comfy. So sometimes I do it just here on the couch. You don't have to sit cross-legged. You can sit in a chair if you want to. It's very important that you get comfortable. The reason for that is you're trying to create a ritual that you come back to. And if you are uncomfortable, if you don't like the position you're sitting in, it's less likely that you'll return. We really want you to return back to meditation. That's the most important thing, right? So make sure you're comfy. Very important. Other things to remember are like, you don't have to do half an hour. You know, I think people put themselves off because they're like, oh my God, I have to do like, it's no good if I'm doing less than a certain amount of time. It absolutely is. Even if you only have time for a couple of minutes in the morning, that's better than anything, you know? So don't put yourself down if you're like, I'm not doing enough, because there is levels of meditation. Look, my level of meditation is what you would call probably advanced, because I've been doing it for so long and I've studied it immensely. Whereas you don't need to do that, right? The reason I did that is because I want to teach it. So don't be so hard on yourself is what I would say. Another thing I would say is find your type of meditation that you enjoy, because maybe you don't like Buddhist meditation, maybe you don't like mindfulness meditation, maybe you don't like mantra meditation, maybe you really enjoy connecting to the chakras and going through that as a body scan. Maybe you love yoga nidra and that type of meditation. Maybe you like to have some sort of sound in the background. Maybe you love to have silence like me. I struggle with any kind of music or anything now. I like to just have silence. There's so many different types that you will always find one that you enjoy. So what I do see a lot of people is they just focus on the breath and they think that's the only way of meditating, and they never explore anything else. And they're like, I don't like meditation. Can't do meditation. The reason people say they can't do meditation is, again, because they think that they have to empty their minds of thoughts. So they're like, I can't do that. which is simply not true. We are blessed right now because we have so much access to different styles of meditation. Insight Timer, I teach on Insight Timer. It's beyond amazing. There's millions and millions of different people on there, and you can find all sorts of different styles of meditation. So don't ever get put off that you try one and you're like, I don't like it, and that means I don't like meditating. Go and explore something else. Also, if you don't like sitting, I just thought you can lie down. Absolutely, you can lie down. So let's dive into a short little meditation. I have my cup of tea, so I'm just going to have a quick sip. And we'll focus, I think, on the breath. Let's focus on the breath because we're starting right at the beginning here, okay? So the breath is one that I would always start with people because it's dead simple. You don't have to worry about a mantra. You don't have to think about passing energy to and from. It's very simple. So if you can, get comfy. If you need to pause this because you want to grab a blanket or you're like, I need more cushions, do that, get comfortable. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And with meditation, if you don't feel comfortable, if you're in a place that you cannot close your eyes, please don't worry. You can just hold the soft gaze into your lap. So do whatever feels right for you. If you want to close your eyes, you can do that now. If you just want to hold the soft gaze, you can do that now too. And just taking a moment here just to really be in your body. What does that mean? That means feeling any sensations within your body or outside of your body. So you can perhaps feel the temperature on your skin right now, feeling your body on the chair, on the bed, on the floor, wherever it may be. The point of contact of your skin and different textures like the cushions, blanket, chair. Making contact. How am I feeling today? It's always good to check in for a moment. Is there anything coming up for me right now? And when you're ready, let's take a big deep breath in here. So breathing in through your nose. Deep, deep, deep breath. And breathing back out through your nose. And just begin now to just witness your breath, watching your breath as it flows in and out. And just follow that breath. Follow where it goes in your body, how long it takes. Watching as it makes its way in and moves back out again. I want you to notice now this breath. Where does it hit you first? Where do you feel that first point of contact? When the oxygen from outside comes into your body, where does it land first? Is it in the nostrils, the chest, or the throat? Maybe it's in your belly. Just taking a moment to tap into that. Where does this land for me, this breath? And then where does it go afterwards? Does it go deeper? Or is it making its way back out of your body? And really sitting with this, the breath. Becoming one with the breath, really understanding the breath. What does it do? Where does it go? How long does it take? Does it feel deep or does it feel shallow? Keep breathing, keep witnessing and watching. I'm going to leave you here for a couple of moments just to continue to watch. Continuing to watch. You should feel more relaxed. Thoughts will have slowed down just a bit. Feel more settled and connected. Becoming one with your breath. When you're ready, taking that breath deeper. You're taking a big, deep breath here. Filling up those lungs. And breathing out again. Let's do that one more time. The deepest breath you've taken today. Deep as possible. Breathing in and letting it go. Feeling into your body, just like we began, the points of contact, where you're sitting, the temperature on your skin. When you're ready, coming back and opening your eyes. For namaste. So, how did you find it? Did you find it easy? Did you find it difficult? Did you enjoy it? Do you feel more relaxed? I hope so. I hope you feel more relaxed. So it's super easy practice, very short, and I think that's important right at the beginning. And as we go on, we're going to start to introduce different types of meditation, and we'll increase the length a little bit, and we'll start to play around with some things. So you can really start to hone in on the thing that you like best. And if you find that you're coming to the meditation class and you're like, I haven't done any meditation in between meditation classes, it's okay. You know, you'll find your groove eventually, but don't turn it into like a chore or something that's regimented. It's important that you create a ritual. That's what I would say to you, create a ritual, because rituals are very connected to us, that we feel like we don't want to miss it. When we create ritual, I always talk about this in, if you haven't tapped into it yet, go over to the courses and go and do the intuitive daily card pull, because I talk about this in that course, how creating a ritual, even around cards, is so important. Like my evening ritual is, I light all my candles, I put on some music to read my book in the evening before I go to bed. I make some herbal tea. that's my ritual around my wind down. My morning ritual is I get up and go to the bathroom and then I meditate. That's what I do, is what I do. So do create some sort of ritual for you. If you find it difficult to do it first thing in the morning, maybe you have other things to do, you've got kids or whatever, you can just like plug into this when you've got some free time, mid-morning, lunchtime, later on. So yeah, have a beautiful rest of your day. If you've got any questions, be sure to head to the Facebook group, drop me a message or send me an email. See you later.